Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It is Michael from Hollow Thrills back with another video, and it has been quite some time. So we're doing another East Coasters podcast episode, and this was a little bit of a different one. So this is a brainchild of an idea that I had about a year, maybe a little bit over a year ago, that we were going to do with another podcast, and it didn't end up really working out for us, but so today we are doing what I like to call the theme park draft. So this is, like I said, a brainchild of an idea that I had. And basically what we are going to be doing, we have a special guest today. I'll introduce him in a second, but what the theme park draft is that it is 15 rounds of just back and forth picking. We have 10 coasters, 5 miscellaneous non-coaster attractions, and basically the general rules is each person goes back and forth. You can pick anything in any specific order. It doesn't really matter. Most of our picks can be pre-prepared. We just have some ideas in the back of our heads of what we want to pick at certain times. You can't pick the same thing as your opponent. So basically, if I pick a boomerang, most of boomerangs are probably going to be the same. So my opponent could not pick the same thing. Or if I picked Batman the Ride and you want to pick Batman the Ride over at Six Flags Great America, they're the same coaster. You can't do that. We can have a max of 2 of the 3 major manufacturers. So Intamin, B&M, RMC. You can only have a max of 2 of each of those. So if I picked Iron Gwazi and Steel Vengeance, I can't pick any more RMC coasters, and same thing goes for Intamin and B&M, that type of thing. One kiddie/family coaster you can choose as well. You're required to choose at least one. And all of these attractions must currently be operational. So no standing but not operating, no coming soon, no extinct. If a coaster is currently going under refurbishment, you cannot pick it. It has to currently be operating. The only caveat to that is if the park is not currently open. So that we will kind of have a leeway with. And then also dueling/racing attractions count as one coaster, not 2 different sides, for just mental stability only, because we would be too confusing if we had 2 separate ones. And then the last thing is our Joker rules. So basically the Joker rules is at any point during this draft, I can force my opponent to basically pick something that I have kind of pre-planned. So whether that be a specific category of ride, whether I want them to specifically pick a flat ride this time around, it can be anything. We could say pick a coaster that's specifically in Australia, and I'd have to go through and find something like that, or a specific manufacturer. Basically, it's to screw up your other opponent's pick that they were planning on doing so that you could possibly swoop in and steal something else that you think they were going to pick. It's basically any way to make your opponent's lineup look less strong. And we each only get 1 of those that we can use throughout this entire draft. And in the end, I will be posting this on Instagram and Twitter for you guys to vote as to which park you think is better. But yes, so with all that out of the way, without further delay, let's introduce our guest. He is one of my great friends that I have known for the last couple of years from work, and he has now been brought into the coaster enthusiast community. Please, everybody, welcome Aaron from Coasters and Coffee.
Good to be here, Michael. Yeah, I was thinking about that today. I was like, man, it's been like 5 years. That went fast, but yeah, it's been a pleasure. Definitely was a pleasure getting to meet you, and glad we stayed close after we both left. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm really looking forward to it. A little bit about my blog, my website. We are Coasters and Coffee, and so I do talk about coffee. Actually, I talk more about coffee at this point, with soon to be 2 under 3. It can be a little hard to get out on adventures to new parks, but I'm equipped with my all park passport this year and hoping to make some magic happen. But yeah, so I do like Tuesday coffee reviews, and any other coffee shops that I'm kind of getting out to. I do some reviews there, and got some hopefully some cool ideas coming up for the coaster side of the house to kind of balance that out and be less of a coffee blog and more of a boat blog, since I think I'm more passionate about coasters, but I do like coffee.
All right. Well, so I guess we should just start this off. And of course, I'll be nice. I'll let the guests go first. So, with the first overall pick in the first ever theme park draft, what are you going with?
I am gonna go with the Ride to Happiness.
Ooh, the
Old Mac Extreme Spinner, taking it overseas. We're going international, baby.
All right. I'm gonna be honest. I did not expect an overseas coaster to be the very first ride here. All right. Let me write that down. All right. And that does not knock off any of your other stuff. So we are good with that because it doesn't knock off any sort of Intamin, RMC, BNM, anything like that. So you are good with that. Let's continue on here. So I guess with the second pick here, what do I want to? Oh man, the world is my oyster here. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go with my number one coaster and just make sure that I have that on my list here. And I'm going with Steel Vengeance.
You're predictable.
I am extremely predictable, and I do not care. I want Steve on my list. He is my number one coaster for a reason. He is just a fantastic ride, and when I got off that, I was completely speechless, and that has never happened on any other coaster. So it obviously is going to be my first pick here.
That's a strong pick. Strong pick.
All right, we are just flying through. Let's start off round 2.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take it international again. We're gonna hit a different country, different continent, and have some fun here. I'm gonna go with Ijanika, the SNS Fourth Dimension coaster at Fuji-Q Highland.
Ooh. I don't even know how to spell that. All right, let's see if I can.
Bigger, better, faster than X2. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was not even on my list. I didn't even think about that coaster, to be completely honest. I just completely slipped my mind. But like I said, I kept a theme with a lot of my coasters where I view them as personal favorites, and I think that a lot of other people would agree with them. But that's kind of where I went with this. I mean, you're leaving a lot of options here for me then by going this route. I mean, I might as well just continue on my personal favorites and just continue to be super predictable. And I'm going to pick Velocicoaster. I mean, is that surprising at all?
No. Another strong pick. I mean, I'll be honest. That was third on my list, and if I was there in round 3, I was going Velocicoaster over Talon for sure. So,
I mean, it's a fantastic coaster, and now that knocks off one RMC and one Intamin for me, so I can only get one more from each of those. But you're still, I believe you still don't have anything off those lists, correct?
Correct. I have
right.
I have SNS Arrow.
All right, perfect. All right, let's continue on then, I guess. Round 3.
All right, I'm gonna go with Steve's big brother here, and I'm gonna take Iron Gwazi off the board.
Ooh, okay. I mean, I prefer Steve, but Iron Gwazi. I mean, if you're gonna go for an RMC hybrid, I mean that's the obvious choice.
My contingency there was going to be Zadra at Energylandia, and I don't even mind unveiling that trick because I'm fine with you taking one of mine off the board if that's what it is.
Zadra was on my board, but I don't think I'm gonna double up on hybrids, to be completely honest. I just don't think that would be smart.
Need more depth.
We need more depth at this park. Um, I mean, it, the picks, the picks are good. I'll say this, but I mean, I gotta continue with the fan favorites here in the US, and I'm gonna take Fury
Ah,
325. We gotta make sure I have my top three, from each, my top one from each manufacturer on the off the board for us.
that was a rookie mistake on my behalf. I should have gone Fury over Gwazi. That was my next pick.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you already knew I had an RMC picked for an iBox. So I mean, it was a blunder on your end, but hey, I'll take full advantage of it. I got Steve, Velocicoaster, and Fury to off the bat. I'll take that 100%.
Not a bad lineup. Not a bad lineup at all.
All right, back to you for round number 4.
Think I'm gonna go ahead and take Maverick.
All right. That was on there for me. Damn it.
I had to match your blitz, man.
Yeah. Okay. I was hoping that was gonna stick around for a little bit longer, but we'll we'll continue on here.
Going for mass appeal there with Maverick.
Let's see. Where do I want to go? I'll let you pick one or two. Because I'm between two right now.
I think you should go with 3. Let's go 1.
Number 1? Okay, then we will stick with the B&M, and we're gonna go with the fan favorite best B&M invert in the world, Montu. We'll take Montu off the board there. One of my personal favorites. Theming is fantastic. Pacing is awesome. There's a reason that a lot of people view it as the best B&M invert in the world. It's relentless.
I like it. All right, well then I'll go with the second best, but probably most well-known wooden coaster on my list, and that's going to be El Toro from Flag's Great Adventure.
Damn it! Yeah, that was on my list as well. I was hoping that that was somehow going to fall to me a little bit later as well. But that takes off your second Intamin, so you are done with Intamin now, and I am also done with B&M. Let's see here. I mean, do I continue and do the other option that I had from the previous pick, or do I let that go? Because I don't think you're gonna pick that, to be completely honest.
Let's hear it.
I don't think you're gonna pick it, which is why I should go for it. Yeah, I'll do it now. I'm gonna take DC Rivals from Warner Brothers Movie World in Australia, the mock hyper. It is amazing, and the the backwards seat is super unique. So I mean, it definitely adds a little bit more depth to the park and something a little bit more interesting.
I like it. All right. We're going to go back overseas here. I'm going to pay a visit to Thorpe Park, and I'm going to take Hyperia, the Mack Hyper Coaster with that chef's kiss of an Outer Bank turn.
I had completely forgot about Hyperia, to be completely honest. When this idea came to be, Hyperia wasn't even open yet, so had completely forgotten.
When I put this list together, I looked at the manufacturers and I was like, that's not that is not how I thought that was gonna look. I was really surprised, like to see my top 10 was real light on the big three. So
Yeah.
gave me some confidence.
You know what? Since you took El Toro, I'm gonna take one of my wooden coasters that I wanted, just to make sure I have one that's decent on my roster. And I'm gonna take the airtime machine that is Phoenix at Knoebels. It is a golden ticket winner for a reason. Several time golden ticket winner. It is one of the best wooden coasters in the world, and it continues to be one of the last few remaining Buzz Bar coasters that gives you the greatest airtime of all time.
You misspoke a little. It is the best wooden coaster in the world, and I will die on that hill gladly.
All right, what are we at now? We're round 7 already.
All right. Well, you can fight me a little bit on this one, and we'll go back and forth. But I'm gonna go to the zoo, and I'm gonna take Wildfire from Colmartin.
Wildfire.
Eden, and that is a topper track. So that is not a hybrid.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I know Wildfire. It is Wildfire.
Probably one of my all-time favorite roller coaster stories, because it was just like, hey, here's a zoo. Oh, and now here's like a world-class RMC at that zoo.
Okay, yeah, topper track. No, that's fine. Yeah, I'll give you that. But that's your second RMC off the board. Oh, it's that one. It's the one with the weird freaking drop.
Yeah, it's a beautiful drop.
All right. Let's continue on here. Dang, you're making me rethink some of my choices, because I'm like, mine seem like super boring now. You went all overseas, and I kind of kept it on this side of the world. You know what? We'll continue on the theme of airtime. And we'll take Sky Rush.
Second best hyper in its own park.
Debatable. Debatable.
No, that back row is a thing of beauty. I gotta give the people some doubt in your lineup, Michael. Come on.
Nah, man. Candemonium's good, but Sky Rush, it's just a different animal in the same beast.
Yes.
All right, let's see. What are we at? We're at round 8 now. Just over halfway. Let's see. And you have taken off Intamin and RMC, so you still have B&M left.
I do.
And you also still have a kiddie coaster you got to take.
I sure do. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take my first B&M here, and I'm going to go with Leviathan from Canada's Wonderland, because every park needs a Giga. They just...
Yeah, I had Leviathan on my list. That was my backup in case you took Fury.
That was my backup in case great minds think alike.
All right, well... Getting low here on ideas.
I'm going to play my Joker.
Ooh, okay.
You're going to need to keep this next one under 50 feet.
Under 50 feet, okay.
I'll give you drop or lift. Dealer's choice.
Okay, hold up. Let me, because that might actually work with something I was gonna choose anyways. I like everything I'm thinking of is like, nope, that's taller. So is that.
I'll be honest. I have one on my list that would just be hilarious for you to use right now, and I'm not going to tell you. But it would be a good one for you. You could always do your kid coaster now.
I could. I could, and actually, you know what? Let me look up the one coaster I had for that and see if that also fits that it fits this.
See, I'm a nice guest. I bail you out of my own Joker card.
No, it's 66. No. Um, what about this one? That's 77? Oh my god. Okay. How about this one?
You
All
know you.
right, I'll take that. I'll take that. That's a wait, actually, we'll double check another one. We'll double check another one of the same model, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with this one. But we'll 56. Okay, yeah, we'll go with my family coaster then for this one. Um, to combat your Joker, I'm gonna go with my family coaster, and we're gonna pick Oscar's Wacky Taxi
Okay.
at Sesame Place, as it has a height of 43 feet and a drop of 39.
Beautiful.
And it is a gravity group, so it does not go against anything that I needed. Oscar's Wacky Taxi isn't what I was hoping to get for that family coaster, but it's not a bad choice either. All right, let's move on. I mean, obviously, you only really have two coasters left because this is round 9. So, I mean, I might as well use my Joker at this point just so I can use it before I lose it. And my Joker card that I have chosen for this is you must pick a coaster that's manufactured by SBF Visa.
I'll be completely honest. I'm gonna try to look up the best one, and everything that comes to mind is just that there isn't a best one, and I'm just in a shroud of mediocrity here. But let's.
There's a lot of spinners, man. There's a lot of small spinners.
Hey.
There's
Oh,
and I believe anything that would be good, I don't think is currently operational because a lot of them are carnival attractions.
yeah, I think you're right. I don't. Let's see what we got here, though. I'm gonna dig deep, and I'm gonna. Oh, that's a good one, though. All right, I'm gonna go with this one, and I have literally never heard of this, and I know very little about it, but I'm gonna go with roller coaster, which is a fantastic name, and that's gonna be the roller coaster located at Play Ventura, which has been operating since 2018, and it's actually a full lumen coaster, whatever that even means.
Let's look up this coaster. Roller coaster at Play Ventura.
Yeah, it's looks like a real airtime machine. When I'm in Russia, as I am often, I will pay it a visit.
Play Ventura? Oh, there it is. Play Ventura roller coaster.
I feel like you said.
Hold up. I feel like I've seen this ride before. I think I have seen this coaster before. It's a very interesting jank coaster.
I was trying not to spend like 20 minutes in silence just looking through their entire list of coasters on RCDB, but I feel confident. I feel confident in what I picked. I think it's outstanding.
Hey, that also would have fit the height requirement from last time.
Yeah.
49.2. All right. Well,
I know POV of that and watch it later.
Play Ventura. All right. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got 9 and 10 to go, and I still need. I mean, I don't need an RMC. I can't. I don't have to. But it is an option I could choose. Let's see what did I have on here? know what? I'm gonna go with another. Oh no, but Oscar's Wacky Taxi is a wooden coaster. Do I do 3 wooden coasters at one park? And uh, I love wooden coasters, but we have Steve. Technically, he's a hybrid. We got Oscar's Wacky Taxi, and we have Phoenix. I kind of backed myself in a corner with Oscar's Wacky Taxi, to be honest.
You're making my Joker feel a little stronger. After you pulled out SPF Vista, I was like, man, I could have done a lot better there.
All right. You know what? I hate to pick this one because you have a very similar ride, but I think this one's personally is just cooler looking, in my opinion. And I'm gonna pick Time Traveler.
Little brothers are okay sometimes.
Yeah, but like the drop out of the station really does it for me.
Not a JoJo roll though.
Yeah, JoJo rolls are cool, but Dorney Park did it first.
I mean, X2's there too. If you want to stay with little brothers, don't forget.
Nah, we're good here. All right, you got one more coaster, unless you want to. Oh, and your last coaster actually has to be a family coaster, as you have yet to pick a
family coaster.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is. Let me see what it's.
Yeah, it is listed as a family. All right, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, Miss made me pull out for Bolton, man. Gonna dig deep for those family coasters. Oh, so I only have one left. Is that?
Yeah, you have one coaster left, or you could go with one of your other attractions if you want to hold on to that last coaster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything. I've got one B&M. I've got nothing inverted. I've got a lot of really good stuff left on my list. I'll be honest. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with a non-coaster. It's
Okay.
certainly not flat. It's gonna be dethroned in the near future, but I'm gonna go with Tidal Surge, the good old scream and swing at SeaWorld San Antonio. Bonus points for alliteration.
I've been on that. It's pretty fun. I like how it goes over the water. It's probably one of the better scream and swings that I've been on. Well, you know what? I won't follow you in your footsteps here, and I'm gonna take my last coaster. I'm not gonna do a second RMC. I just don't think that it's entirely necessary. But I do think I need one more heavy hitter, and this is one that I think we both kind of forgot about because it wasn't on my original list. But it opened around the same time as Hyperia. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna go back over across the seas to Europa Park, and we're gonna take Voltron.
I was going Voltron before you threw your Joker card, but I've been sitting on it because you got in my head with your I went to too many overseas comment. So I've just been I've been going back and forth about that one, and it's a strong pick.
I mean, as my 10th pick, that's a wild 10th pick. That fell that far.
Yeah, I took Tidal Surge over Voltron. I mean, where does that put me? All right, well, I've got to recover, so I'm gonna go with, I don't know. I would say this is one of the scariest rides in the world, but I'm not really into heights. I'm just into coasters. I'm gonna go Falcon's Fury down at Busch Gardens, Tampa.
Damn it! Oh, that was one of the flats I had. Oh, that was my drop tower that I had picked out. I mean, that ride is absolutely terrifying. So, yeah, that's a great pick. Yeah, damn, I didn't think you would even have that on there. Do I want to pick my strong I want to pick my strong ride here just to make sure that I get it. I don't think you'd have it on your list, but I don't want to take any chances. So I'm gonna take the Pirates of the Caribbean at Shanghai Disney, one of the most immersive versions of the attraction of all time, with some fantastic animatronics, fantastic projections, and just overall amazing effects.
Strong, strong.
Have you ever taken a look at that particular attraction?
Honestly, no. And yeah, that certainly wasn't on my list. So I'll have to take a look at that. I'll look at that right after I look at Roller Coaster at Play Ventura. Is that what it was?
Play Ventura.
Russia's got some crazy stuff going on over there with coasters, man. They've got that like meat factory coaster. What? Don't let them have roller coasters anymore. All right, is it me?
Yeah, it is you.
Okay, so we need a little bit of something for everybody at this park, and I'm going to pander to the crowd here and just say I'm going to take what you have told me is your all-time favorite non-coaster, and I'm going to go with the whip, the good old classic whip at Dorney Park, and shout out to my home state for having two OG whips at Dorney Park and Kennywood.
Yeah, the whip was on my list, and to be completely honest, I had a feeling it was gonna come off soon. So I had debated taking it next, and that kind of threw a wrench in that plan. Ugh. Well, then I'm gonna see. I don't know if this is really pandering to the crowd, because I don't know if a lot of people know. Do people know? Do people know about this one? I mean, it is personally one of my favorite family style flat rides, and is personally in conjunction with the whip as being a classic attraction. And that's the carousel at Knoebels with the golden ring and the brass ring. I mean, that is a fantastic way to do a carousel, and I believe there's only a couple parks that have a similar concept for the carousel. But I mean, as Knoebels being one of my home parks growing up, I mean, I gotta go with it.
If people would stop falling off reaching for the ring, we could keep these nice things that we have. I think you'll have my daughter's vote as somebody who rides the carousel 5, 15, 20 times each time they're at a park, and has to fight with a toddler through all the tears when it's time to get off and get back in line. I think you might have her vote, man. Okay.
All right, you have 2 more flats and 1 more coaster.
Do I want shock appeal or mass appeal? That's kind of what I'm up against here. My other concern is I can't confirm this one is actually operating due to it being what it is. You know what? I'm going to go with Thunder Canyon, the River Rapid at Dorney Park, because they got to stop closing these things, man. Stop closing the River Rapids.
I mean, I had a great experience on Thunder Canyon. I'm going to be honest. I basically rode that and was one of the only people riding it one day, and they just let me stay on it as long as no one was in line. I think I went on it 7 times in a row and got off completely drenched, and then forgot, oh, it's like 8 o'clock at night and the park just closed, and I have to now drive home soaking wet with no change of clothes or towel in my car. Not a smart choice.
It's always a smart choice when you ride a River Rapid, Michael. It's always a smart choice.
You know, you have inspired me by choosing a water ride, to be completely honest. And with 2 of my other options already gone, being Falcon's Fury and the Whip, you know, I might replace one of them with a water ride. And this isn't really pandering to the crowd, just because I know a lot of people don't think that this one don't view this one as highly as I do, but I love this ride, and I think it's one of the best flumes of all time. I think it's amazing. And that's going to be Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls at Universal Islands of Adventure. I love the theming of that ride. I love the queue. I love the drop. The drop gets me soaked every single time. People are like, "Oh, Popeyes gets you way more wet," and I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, but you have never been on Dudley Do Rights with a entirely full log of people who weigh more than they probably should." It does not end well. I'll say that.
Oh, that's great. Log flumes are great. So I'm gonna go with my last flat. Man, I'm still torn between two. Really am. I'll give you my one. I'll give you my pick, and then I'll tell you what my backup was. I'll wait till you give your last one, actually. But I think it's a strong one. Also, I want to make fun of it. I'll be honest. I want to pick on it a little bit. So I'm going to go with Log Shoot at Nickelodeon Universe in the Mall of America. It is a fantastic log flume. Great theming. They changed it with the seasons, and you can just keep riding it, and you're always going to be warm because you're in a 70 degree mall. So yeah, I would highly recommend that.
Yeah, I've seen you chanting its praises on your Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'll stand for that any day. That's a good one.
Hey, but two water rides is a bold choice. 2 water rides and no dark rides, that's a bold strategy. I don't know. It wouldn't be me. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for dark rides. So let's see. What do I have? I mean, now I have plenty of options for stuff, because you didn't take 2 categories that I thought were shoo-ins of things that you needed at a theme park. And you know what? I'm gonna take this one first, just because I think it is. Personally, I haven't ridden it, but it has been time and time again. I've heard that it is the greatest and most immersive shooting dark ride of all time. Recently opened not too long ago, and that's going to be Volcano Quest for the Golden Idol at Lost Island theme park.
A good one.
Now, hopefully that theme park can continue to stay open so that I can eventually get on it. But I have heard many good things about it, and I hopefully will be able to get on it one day. All right. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't take a shooting dark ride or just a dark ride in general.
They don't do it for me, man. I'll be honest. I'm just not. It's not my jam.
What was your? Well, no, I still have one more dark ride, so you can't. Or one more non-coaster. So you'll tell me, I guess, after we're done here.
I mean, I've got 3 on my list above it, and so I would be pretty fine with sharing it. But we'll chat about it later.
All right. Well, this is your last pick here, and you have 1 coaster left. And I believe RMCs are off the board, Intamins are off the board. You have a B&M left to pick if you choose so.
Gosh, this is the hardest pick. I'll tell you what. I've got a good few here, and thought of a couple more. Oh man. You know, let's go Fly, Fantasia Land. You wanna talk theming and an all around just top notch coaster? I had it in my top 12, so we'll go for it.
Fly was one that I did think about for a hot minute when putting together my list. I did have another flying coaster on my list that I didn't end up picking. That I now kind of at this point, I'm on the fence of whether or not I should have chose it. But I don't know. Fly's a good one. A lot of people sing that coaster's praises as well.
for you.
All right, I have one more other attraction. Well, you took my drop tower. I have my classic attraction, but I have two dark rides now and a water ride. I could go with a third dark ride, or I could try to think of something different. Well, let's dig in the bag here real quick. Let's do a little bit of thinking, because you taking Falcon's Fury kind of threw me off there.
I've got a pretty iconic one. I kind of think it's what you're leaning towards, but I'll be interested to see.
I'm between two. It's gonna be a dark ride. I'm gonna say it. It's gonna end up being a dark ride. I'm between two. I'm between new age technology, recent fan favorite, or just overall classic, like run of the mill. It's one that I absolutely love and would love to get on again in the future. You know what? I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna stick with my list, and I'm gonna pick the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland.
I was in the right park. Just I thought you were going to drop Tower, so I was thinking Tower of Terror.
Oh, yeah. I honestly, I was thinking of my other one. I was thinking of was Rise of the Resistance.
Okay.
Just because it's a lot of people's new favorite. It has a lot of those different elements to it, but I don't know. I have a soft spot for something spooky, so I want to go with the Haunted Mansion.
You're beating me up about dark rides, and I almost went Cosmic Rewind with my last one just to appease you and get my last coaster in. But
I'll be honest, I completely forgot about Cosmic Rewind.
So
yeah.
My under 50, by the way, would have been Nemesis at Alton Towers.
Yeah. But I couldn't have taken it at that point. I already had two B&Ms.
Oh.
So that kind of took that out of play. But let's do a rundown of each other's coasters and other attractions here. So for you, we have Ride to Happiness, Ijaneka, Iron Gwazi, Maverick, El Toro, Hyperia, Wildfire, Leviathan, Roller Coaster at Play Ventura, Fly at Fantasialand, and then for your other attractions, we have Tidal Surge at SeaWorld San Antonio, Falcon Fury at Busch Gardens Tampa, The Whip at Dorney Park, Thunder Canyon at Dorney Park, and Log Shoot at Nickelodeon Universe at the Mall of America. And for me, I have Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point, Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure, Fury 325 at Carowinds, Montu at Busch Gardens Tampa, DC Rivals at Warner Brothers Movie Park in Australia, Phoenix at Knoebels, Skyrush at Hershey Park, Oscar's Wacky Taxi at Sesame Place, Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City, and Voltron at Europa Park. And then for my dark rides or / other attractions, I have Pirates of the Caribbean at Shanghai Disneyland, the Carousel at Knoebels, Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls at Islands of Adventure, Volcano Quest for the Golden Idol at Lost Island Theme Park, and last but not least, the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. That is a huge rundown and a huge list of attractions. Both look fantastic, and I would love to go to either of these parks. I'm thoroughly impressed that we got through this without any sort of major issues, knock on wood. But hey, it is now up to the people. Like I said, I will be posting this on X as well as Instagram for you guys to vote on, and I will kind of leave it up to you guys as to whether or not Aaron wins or yours truly wins. But we'll have to see. I once again though, thank you, Aaron, for joining me today. Do you want to plug your page one last time?
Yeah, sure. Well, Michael, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Definitely a lot of fun to talk coasters with you. And yeah, so again, Coasters and Coffee. It's coasters, the letter N, coffee.com. And that's the same thing for my Instagram handle, coasters, letter N, coffee. So yeah, check it out. Find your favorite coffees and stay tuned for some fresh updates and some fun new content coming with roller coasters and amusement parks.
Perfect. Well, that is going to wrap it up for us here. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure you drop a like and also comment down below. Also, you can comment, who do you think won? I would like to know. Down in the comments below, if you're not able to go over to Instagram or X, put it down there in the comments who you think won. But as always, I'm Mike from Hollow Thrills, giving you the all clear, and all clear means you're out of here. See you guys next time.